Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this month's Deal Clinic Live. We have got a portfolio special with Eiran Samuels from Spaces by Hexagon, and we have our resident lending expert, Bruce Mannering of Bond Finance Limited. I'm glad to have you with us here. We're in March already, can you believe it? And this edition, we have got a portfolio special. Hi there, gents. Right, so I'm just going to see who we have already with us. We've got some participants already. We've got 7 attendees. So we have Arthur, welcome. D Swabby, Enor, I hope I have pronounced your name correctly. Welcome, Janet. We have somebody called Open House West Yorkshire. Welcome. Peter and Walters as well. And we have others joining as we speak. So beautiful. So as I mentioned, we are doing a portfolio special today. Now, I want to welcome all the live investors, but also those of you that are watching on the replay. If you do have any questions, whether they be live or on replay, feel free to either, well, the live people will drop them in the comment box or the Q&A. If you're watching on replay, feel free to please email us at admin@sourcinginvestments.co.uk. I do encourage interaction, as always, because it helps you understand the real deal that is on the table, and also helps to build trust between us and yourselves. Now, for those of you that have registered to the event, you can also see the replay on our YouTube channel, Sourcing Investments Limited. So feel free to take a gander and have a wander over there as well. As I said, feel free to drop your comments in the comment box. For those of you that wish to visit the website, it's sourcinginvestments.co.uk. And if you still need to register to the platform, it is sourcinginvestments.co.uk/registration. Okay, so without further ado, as I mentioned, we have got a portfolio special with our with our agent on the platform, Eiran Samuels of Spaces by Hexagon. Now, I don't know if Eiran is aware of this, but he's actually nearly 2 years with us. So 2 years celebration, actually joined on the 25th of March 2021. So nearly 2 years with us. So happy anniversary there, Eiran. And we also have, as I mentioned, Bruce Mannering of Bond Finance Limited, and I will be talking about them shortly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a brief intro about Eiran before we get into the portfolios, and then I will share his video bio and then hand over to Eiran himself. So as I mentioned, he's nearly been with us for 2 years. He's a very well established agent within the UK, and has always got some really great opportunities. The usual buy-to-lets, HMOs, but also does flips and serviced accommodation, as well as a little bit of commercial and mixed use. And today, as I mentioned, we'll be looking through one of the many portfolios he has access to. Great response times, and actually has a complete service with build team, lettings and sales agents included. He operates in the Northwest, so primarily Liverpool, the Wirral and Greater Manchester, but does cover other areas if you would like to ask. Complete process, as I mentioned, from sourcing the property and the rest to refurb and potentially finding the tenant with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly share my screen, and I'm getting much better at this, people, and I'm going to play you Eiran's video, and then we'll come back and I'll hand over to Eiran.
My name is Eiran Samuels. I'm a passionate property investor and sourcer based in Liverpool. I've been covering Liverpool in the past 4 years, building strong relationships with local agents, auction houses, and property owners. I have the local knowledge to find great deals for myself and other investors. I've done a range of strategies from service accommodation, flips, buy-to-let, and HMOs. I'd love to help you find the perfect investment here in Liverpool.
Okay, so without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce Eiran Samuels of Spaces by Hexagon. Over to you, Eiran.
Hi, Bonnie. So nice words from you. I'm blushing. I have to work on this video intro and do another one. I think I was a bit nervous when I did that. Okay, I can't hear you, Bonnie.
No, sorry, I was laughing. I said, it's okay. It's okay. We can work on that. That's fine. It was fine. It was fine.
Okay. Okay, so let's get into the presentation. So this is me. My name is Eiran Samuels. So I'm now based in Liverpool since about 2018. I moved to the UK about 20 years ago. First settled in London and had a little venture in business with clothing, opened a shop in the famous Camden Market, for those of you who know. So that was my first business venture, and always had the bug for property, and kind of in the back of my mind, I was dreaming of being a property person. And then finally, I bought my first property in 2006, and that was my residential. And when I found the love of my life, and we had kids, we decided to move to Spain, and I sold the personal the residential property and found a buy-to-let. This picture here is my buy-to-let in London, and that kind of kick-started my journey into being an owner of property to actually investing in property. And I got a lot of experience doing that. And then I got another one. And then, yeah, so my kids are going now in Spain. And then that bug for property that was inside me kind of made me think, okay, now I need to do this. And did some due diligence. And Liverpool came up as the hotspot. It was about 5 years ago, where property prices were still affordable and the high returns. And I decided to take the plunge and come over. And then I did my first project here, which I bought at auction. And maybe some of you will recognize me from Homes Under the Hammer. It featured in Homes Under the Hammer. And then that kickstarted my career here in Liverpool. And I did a few mix of kind of strategies, a bit of flipping, service accommodation, HMOs, and started sourcing about 2-3 years ago, and got kind of a pool of investors, UK and overseas, which I'm now connected to, and finding them great deals here in Liverpool and the Wirral and a bit all over the Northwest. So I'm mainly doing that at the moment, but also doing JV on flip deals and growing my portfolio. And yeah, so here's like pictures of my kids. This is the reason why I do all this. My love, the love of my life. They get me kick-started in the morning. And my vision here is to create the ultimate unique experience of hotel and service accommodation. So yeah, this is what I want to leave for my kids as a legacy. Okay, that's it about me. I can talk all day about me. Let's talk about Liverpool and the opportunity that I want to show you today. So Liverpool, as many of you might know, is a great place to invest, mainly because the prices here are still so affordable, and the rents that you get are making the returns really, really good, especially with the recent, everybody know about the interest rates going up. So many high value property in the UK are not really worth investing anymore. So it makes places like Liverpool even more desirable. So yeah, if you can see here, I just copied some information from the last 2 months on the Home Track report. It shows like Liverpool is maybe 3 or 5 as the best place in the country for capital growth. But also, if you see over here, In terms of year on year, they are number one in capital growth. So Liverpool is the way to go, in my opinion. Anyone who doesn't know Liverpool a little bit, we have the Merseyside that basically divides the two sides of the city. There's Liverpool on the one side, and then the Wirral on the other side, with Birkenhead as the main center. And then there is huge development in the Wirral in the next few years. So the opportunity that I'm going to show today has quite a lot of deals in the Wirral area. And the reason I think this will be the next place to invest is because Bonnie will share with you later maybe some information, but the Wirral Waters is a multi-billion pound investment, which will basically, all this area where the waters are here will be rebuilt, and new properties will be there, and shopping and commercial, everything you can expect from regeneration and investment. And as you can see, it's just like, you know, the Liverpool waterfront with the Albert Docks, and the Liverpool is just a 5-minute drive, and you can see. So look for this space in the next few years. This will be a massive development and regeneration. Yeah, so there's one side is Liverpool and one side the Wirral. So just quickly, this is like an example of the first portfolio that I'm going to show two of the properties from that portfolio. I also have many other portfolios coming to my books. This is another one of 20 deals, and there's like 3 small ones also. So I would love to speak to anybody who's interested about buying a portfolio and the benefits of that. It's normally much simpler transaction. You have just one, you know, set of finance and solicitors and everything. It makes everything much more easy to convey. And then most of them are tenanted, so you're going to have like cash flow from day one. So really good investment. I think that's it. I'm going to show a little bit about the 2 properties from the portfolio of 5 that I have now. I want to offer on this deal clinic. So I'm just going to get set up here, Bonnie, if you want to take over.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Eiran. Really do appreciate that. So
just sharing.
Yes, just while you stop sharing, for those investors even that are watching now, what I'll do is I'll just quickly drop. We have 2 links, one for the Wirral and one for Liverpool, where if you feel free to use those, and they'll give you more information about the investment that Eiran was actually speaking about, that's being invested into those areas. And as you'll see from the map, it is actually just across the Mersey, so it's very close, very convenient. So feel free, I've dropped those into the chat box. For those of you that watch on the replay, if you can't access that, feel free to email us at admin@sourcinginvestments.co.uk, and I will happily share that there for you also. Eiran, are we ready to go to deal 1?
Yeah, so I'll show the first one, which is the 1 out of 5. Actually, there's 6 properties in that portfolio, but the 6th one is still the owner doesn't know if he wants to sell or not. So
under negotiation.
Yeah, well, for sure he wants to sell the 5. So this will be the first out of 5. There's 4 in the Wirral and 1 in Liverpool. So I'll show you the one in Liverpool first.
Perfect. If you could share your screen. Again? Yes, please. That'd be amazing. Thank you so much. Yep, it's all perfect. Thank you.
So this one is the one in Liverpool. I start with that one first. It's in the L4 postcode, which is Anfield, which, if there's any football fans in the listeners, then they'll know that that's where the iconic football ground of Liverpool. And this area also has seen massive regeneration since the investment in the club from the American owners. The part of the deal was that they have to invest in the neighborhoods around the stadium. And the other a football club in Liverpool. We don't like to speak so much. It's called Everton. But they're moving their grounds from Anfield into a new area, and then new housing stock will be built in that area. So a lot of potential in Anfield, the L4 postcode area. So this is the property. It's a terrace house, a 2-bed terrace house. Currently it's tenanted, so we'll generate cash flow from day one. And you see the entrance to the property. It has a nice kind of I forgot the name, insulation. So it has good insulation, which will benefit the new regulation coming with EPC. It's painted and it's in really good condition outside. I always like to take the shot of the consumer unit to see that it's in the recent regulation and in good condition. Boiler is also all good condition. This will all be supplied in the conveyancing with the certificate and service and everything to give the peace of mind for the new owner. Here you can see this is the biggest of the room, good size, double bedroom, very good condition, nothing needs to be done. This is the second bedroom, a little bit smaller, but still can fit here a double bedroom. You have the boiler in this room. The family bathroom, again, very good size with the bath, toilet, sink, everything you need. Not those very tight spaces. This is very nice and spacious. Your downstairs living, dining room and lounge. It's a double room. So from this angle, you can see the settee is placed kind of in the middle between the dining room and the lounge. Your kitchen is in the back. Has everything needed, looks like in good condition. Another photo from the kitchen angle, showing the bay window to the front of the house. Yeah, so that's the interior of the house. And shall I jump now quickly and show a little quick video tour of the inside, Bonnie?
Yes, please. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Okay. So each property that I view, we do a video tour, so the investor can ask us. Normally, it's also in the description. I think I leave like the link, but if it's hard to find, yeah, I'd be happy to send all the videos that we take of the properties. So let's play that one. Sorry. Yeah, so that's the street, quiet with a bit of green space in the front. The gutters look great. Everything in the front of the house is perfect, doesn't need any work. You walk into the hallway, you have your double entrance door to keep the heat of the house, the draft, the front lounge room with your TV, your consumer unit. And as you can see, the walls are all in great condition, a very good space. You have your sofa there and a dining table at the back. The property is in a good condition for a rented property. You're not gonna need to do any work to it, and the cash flow from day one. And you go into the back of the house. There is a kitchen there. And some storage under the stairs. Again, the kitchen has all the oven and everything that you need there. And a back door leading to the backyard. The only thing I said, the backyard does need a little bit of work here to clean up and tidy up, but that shouldn't cost too much. And there's a little storage space there that also needs a little bit of clear up. This space there is a little storage. Go. And then back into the house. Kitchen. There we go through to the first floor. You have your bathroom in the back. Again, good space. Three-piece suite. And your middle room. Some storage there. Your boiler in this room as well. You have access to the loft there, and to the back is the master bedroom. Really good size for a double. Here's the view to the little park there. Okay, and that's it.
That's great, Eiran. We actually have thank you so much for presenting that. We actually have a question from D Swabby, and I hope I've pronounced your name correctly. Apologies if not. They've asked, can you confirm the rental per calendar month in gross and how long on AST and the percentage for the management letting fee, please? Okay. I think that's because you mentioned that there's a tenant in place. So when they purchase, it'll be cash producing from day one.
Okay, so the current rental for this property is £450. Now that is very low. The owners kept the rent low because that's what happened usually with long-term tenants. The landlord gets attached to it, and then they feel like the security of keeping the tenant there happy is worth them than raising the rents. So, but they have informed the tenant that they want to sell, and the tenant is expecting a new owner to increase the rents, and they would be looking at around the £600 for the new rental income. Now, this specific landlord is managing the portfolio themselves, so they don't have a letting fee, but you would expect about 10% for a letting agent.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, thank you so much. And also they asked how long on the AST?
So I don't have this information right in front of me. If I remember correctly, it's 2 years, but I'll have to double check that.
Okay, that's fine. So D Swabby, if you can come back to us, if you email us at admin@sourcinginvestments.co.uk, we can pass that on to yourself from Eiran, or alternatively, I have added Eiran's link to his website within the platform. If you click on that link, you'll be able to communicate, register to the platform, and then communicate with Eiran and have even more information if needs be. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much. Okay, awesome, Eiran. So I think that's property one done. I think what I'd like to do is just to come to Bruce, if that's okay. So
shall I stop sharing?
Yes, please, that would be amazing. So Bruce, I'm going to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Bruce Mannering. Now, Bruce is the owner of Bond Finance Limited, and they're completely independent mortgage broker that have access to the whole of the market. And because of the way that Bruce and his team really work to build rapport and solid relationships, they have being able to have access to a lot more than maybe the other lenders would usually have. So definitely worth connecting with them. They've got strong relationships with really key lenders, and they're able to give them access to the highest levels, which enables them to agree on terms that usually other competitors wouldn't be able to acquire. So I would love to hand over to Bruce. I know that they are so dedicated to really helping their clients to the best, to access the best deals with their best service that they have, which is incredible. So Bruce, I would love to hand over to you.
Hi, Bonnie. Thank you very much for a lovely introduction. This presentation is geared towards foreign nationals and expats, hence what's in the title, but obviously we do deal with UK nationals as well. So what am I going to be covering off today? A little bit about bond finance. I will be going to look at what lenders are looking for when lending to an expat or foreign national. First-time buyer rates, specifically looking at these properties. So I've already seen these properties. So I've geared up these products for this property. So first-time buyer rates to buy Eiran's property. Second-time buyer rates. I then touch on portfolio mortgages for foreign nationals and expats. And that's about it. It should take me 5-10 minutes to get through. So who's bond finance? Well, I started bond finance back in 2004 with my business partner, Dan Newbury. We're FCA regulated and founding members of the NACFB. If your broker doesn't have both these qualifications, find a broker which does. We've basically got two departments. We've got a residential and buy-to-let department, and we've got a commercial department. And depending on what you're doing, you may start from one department and we'll transfer you to the other, or vice versa. So we're very fluid like that. This is our merry band of men and ladies. There's about 10, 11 of us. We're all based in the City of London, apart from myself, because that's where we are, in central London, quite near Tower Bridge. And I'm currently in the satellite office in Brisbane, and I spend my time traveling back and forth in the city office in Brisbane, because I do a lot of business out of Singapore and Hong Kong with foreign nationals. And being on that same sort of time zone does help. So what are lenders looking for when lending to foreign nationals? So just a bit of a recap. If you've seen one of my presentations before, they're looking for good income, good landlord experience, and a mortgage credit profile in the UK. Now, most first-time buyers don't tick all these boxes. It doesn't matter. We can still help, but not at 75%. We can help at 65 to 70%. And then once you've earned your credit stripes on your second property, you can buy at 75% loan to value. The nice thing about Eiran's properties is because they're yielding so high, we can definitely get 75% if you own a property already in the UK. So what are the current mortgage products out there in the market? So for first-time buyers, I'm doing a lot with Octopus currently. They've recently lowered their rates. They've got a 2-year product at the fixed at 6.99, fixed for 2 years, at 70% loan to value. You don't need any footprint or any credit stripes. It does help if you own a few properties overseas, but it just helps with the underwriting. This is a 2-year product. I call this my credit builder product, because it's building your credit for 2 years, and then you can remortgage at 75%. And what I generally do is find that a lot of foreign national expats buy 2 or 3 or 4 properties with this product, and then they look to do a portfolio remortgage later on down the line. Now, if you own a property already in the UK, Quantum is my lender of choice for this sort of size debt, which we're looking at. Basically, there's 2 products here I just want to quickly touch on. They've got a 5-year fixed at 6.99 at 75% loan to value. Or they've got a 2-year discount, which is Bank of England, plus 3.04. Now, the reason why I mention the tracker rate is because lots of people don't want to fix in at a high rate right now for 5 years. They probably don't mind it for 2 years, and hopefully rates will come down a bit. But a lot of clients are now going for a tracker rate. They're going to ride out the interest rates this year and then look to switch to a fixed rate later on down the line. Now, Quantum actually do have a switch and fix offer. So when their fixed rates do come down, you can just switch over to a fixed rate and there's no fees. They put a small loading. If you did want to remortgage elsewhere, the early repayment charges are only 1.1% over here. But yes, you need a minimum income of 35,000 and they will lend 75% loan to value. Now, looking at portfolio lending for foreign nationals, the lender of choice was HTB. Now, HTB have artificially raised their rates up currently. They're a bit high. I'm expecting to come down because they're currently at 7.29 5-year fixed. And the reason why I know they're going to come down is because Shawbrook have just released their new rates. And whatever Shawbrook releases new rates, HTB follows. So I expect these rates to come down in the next week and a half too, if that. So for foreign nationals looking to buy a portfolio, HTB is my lender of choice. If you're an expat, I would definitely use Shawbrook right now. If you've got a British passport and you own two properties in the UK, Shawbrook will lend to you on a 5-year or 3-year fixed at 6.49%. Well, that's my presentation over, Bonnie. Here's my contact details on Bonnie's dashboard. And you can just take a snapshot of that, or Bonnie can do her thingy she does and put me in the linky. Or you can just take a picture of that, and there's my email address there if you want to reach out to me. And that's me done, Bonnie.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Bruce. I have already, for the investors that are watching live, I have already dropped Bruce's link into the chat box. So feel free to click on that and ask away. Do connect with Bruce and his team. They are great at what they do. And they are super helpful with any questions. And talking about questions, Bruce, we have a question from Sarah Maples. She's asked, what are bond finance's fees and basic terms, please?
Well, if you are a UK national buying a simple buy-to-let product, we either charge £395 or £495 for a simple buy-to-let product if it's not off-the-shelf product, and we refund that admin fee back if we do not get your mortgage offer, because we think that's fair. With commercial products, there's a lot more work involved, but because it's not off the peg, I write up a lending paper, I send it in to the lender, I get credit back terms, and then I send those terms out with an invoice of £600. If the client wants the terms, they pay the 600. If they don't want the terms, they don't pay us a thing. We then instruct the valuation, we then instruct the legals, we follow it all the way through. We literally package it all up in-house, a lot for the lender. And on the mortgage offer, there'll be a 1% broker fee. If you draw down, we get paid. If you don't draw down, we don't get paid. So for commercial funding, we charge £600 and 1%. For buy-to-lets, it's just a simple £395 or £495. That's it.
Okay, amazing. So Sarah, I hope that answers your question. I actually have a question, Bruce, from your presentation. So you mentioned with the product whereby we're trying to build our credit score. And history there. Would there be with any of those that you showed, as an example, if I took out the 2-year plan, but actually found something else that was more appealing to me from an interest rate perspective for a term, would there be a penalty for me to leave that current lender?
Yes, there is. Generally, it's either 2 or 3% arrangement, early repayment charge. But what we find is that when you're coming to the end of the term, not when you're halfway through, the bank is quite relaxed by it. So what you generally start doing is say, right, Mr. Lender, my rates are coming to end on this date. Can I have a little extension with no early repayment charges so I can just line all the ducks up in one go? So what I've done with one client, I got an extension for 3 months on 3 of the loans, which gave me time to basically do a portfolio loan over the whole lot. And there was no early repayment charges. But if you do break it halfway through, expect early repayment charges, but not at the end.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for just giving me some more info on that. Really appreciate you. Okay, so we've got another question just coming from Janet. Eiran, this is for you. Do you source properties suitable for serviced accommodation?
Yeah, the short answer, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So feel free, Janet, to get in touch with Eiran. His link is in the chat. I will drop that in again for you. And Eiran, just a quick one with regards to property 1, before we go on to property 2. I noticed there that I've got it written down here that the purchase price was 82 and the fair market value was 90. So that's £8,000 already. Either you want to class that as a cost saving exercise or equity already built into the property. Now, the property was actually in good condition, other than the external tidy up that needs to be done, which isn't really going to cost much. It's a good conditioned property. Is there a reason for there being the £8,000 reduction in price?
Yeah, so those it's a couple that owns all this property that unfortunately the relationship has broken down and separating. So before it goes into courts and stuff like that, they want to separate finances. So they're selling out. So they're willing to take a bit less than the market value. So yeah, that's equity built in also from day one.
Okay, brilliant. Sorry to hear that. But okay, thank you so much for clarifying, because I did notice that and I thought, well, the condition of the property was actually in a good state. So what was the reduction for? So that does explain. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Okay, so shall we go to property 2, Eiran?
Yes, okay. So am I sharing? No, I haven't shared yet. I'm getting used to all this sharing stuff. There we go. Yeah, am I?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Can see it. Yeah.
Okay, so the next property is in the Wirral, and like I mentioned before, I'm very excited about the Wirral. I think just a side story here, because I have a service accommodation in my property at the moment, and the guest that arrived yesterday owns a lot of properties in the Wirral, and we had a discussion quite late last night about, I was telling him about the deal clinic and about my property, and he also he was telling me the history 50 years ago, how he invested in the Wirral, seeing the potential. So yeah, I'm very excited about the Wirral. I think in the next few years it will transform, and yeah, keep your investment eyes tuned into that. So yeah, the next property is in the Wirral. It's Elmswood Road in Birkenhead, CH42, and like you said, Bonnie, I forgot to mention, this one also has built-in equity from day one. So the purchase price for this one, we negotiated a 70K price, and we believe the market value is 82K. So there's like 7K built in to this property. Again, it's a 2-bed terrace house. The exterior, as you can see, is in great condition. And I flick through the images here to show you the consumer unit. Again, good with the recent regulation. The boiler looks pretty new. The owner will provide all the paperwork for servicing it and the gas safeties. This is the smallest of the bedroom. I think you can still fit a double bedroom here, but here there is one of his boys, the tenant boys, so it's a single bed. I think a double bed can fit here easily. And that's the bigger of the 2 rooms, with the double bed fits here quite snugly. And this one has like a shower, no bath in this one, but again, enough space here for the family. And your kitchen, again, everything you need in the kitchen is here. It's a long and narrow one. And your dining area here, again, it's the typical of the terrace house. You have your dining and the lounge kind of connected, and your main door entrance over there. So again, the property doesn't need any work. It's in great condition. Those owners, they really pride themselves on keeping the properties in good condition, and all the tenants are good tenants with no any bad history and a good relationship with the owner. So again, I say that, but it's cash flow from day one with a very good tenant and a very good property. So very good deal in my opinion. Yeah, so that's it about the property. I also have the video that I took here. I'll do it a little bit quicker this time. And yeah, we can talk about it after. So let me play the video. This is Elmswood Road. And like I said, if anyone wants me to send them the link to these videos, I'd be more than happy to. So nice welcoming entrance and very good space. It's an open space. I think it gives like the feeling for the property, you know, of space. You have your lounge here, and then a very like large space into the dining room. And in this property, you have your bathroom downstairs and your kitchen next to it. So one side, as you can see, is the bathroom, and on the other side of it is the kitchen. Yeah, again, very good space and have everything you need for a 2-bed terrace house. Yeah, and there's a small backyard here, so can fit a nice table and chairs. Back into the room and the stairs to the first floor. In the back is the main bedroom with a double bed. And then your back room, which is a tiny bit smaller, but I think can fit a double bed also. There is a sign of a leak there in the corner, but that was fixed already, so it just needs a bit of painting. And that's about it.
Amazing, Eiran, thank you so much. So just to confirm then, that property has a £7,000 equity up front because of the savings. Was it 7?
Yes,
Yeah.
7, and this one in terms of the rental is actually the same numbers as the other one, currently paying 450, but probably with the current rental figures going up, it's about they should pay about £600.
Okay, so 550 to be conservative, £600.
Yeah.
Realistic, really, more than anything. Okay, brilliant.
Actually, while we were speaking, I got the confirmation that they are both on a rolling contract, so you know they are ready to sign the new agreement if the new owner wants to keep them with the new rental figures. The Walton Breck one has been there from 2008. And the Elmswood in the Wirral has been there from 2015.
Okay, so 2008. I mean,
yeah,
that's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And 2015 is the one. Is this property here that we're just talking about?
The recent one in the Wirral, yeah.
Okay, wow, that's really good. That's strong tenant longevity, isn't it? Which is brilliant to know. And you can see that they're both looking after the property, which is nice. That's a bit of a peace of mind
Yeah.
aspect, isn't it, when you know that your tenants are looking after the property well and respecting it. Okay, perfect. I'd like to come over to Bruce, if that's okay. Eiran, in the meantime, what I'd really like to know, and I'm not sure whether our investors are intrigued, but I'd like to know, I know that these are 2 of 5 properties that are in the portfolio. I know you mentioned up front at the top of the conversation that the 6th property, the vendor is still determining whether they wish to sell that or not. But if we look at this 5 property portfolio, would you be able to, while Bruce is presenting, would you be able to let us know the full value of the whole portfolio, so the purchase price value and the fair market value of those 5 properties combined, and what the equity saving is upfront? So what equity we're building up front? That would be great to know. Thank you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Perfect. I'll hand over to Bruce while you're doing that homework.
Yeah, I forgot what I wrote.
And if you could kindly stop sharing your screen so that Bruce can share his. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eiran. Bruce, over to you.
For what, Bonnie? I've done my slides.
Oh, did you have any? Sorry, I was going to ask you if you had any comments or questions with regards to the second property.
Okay, fine. No, both the properties are very similar. Okay, they're both 70 to 80,000 pounds, so they're all sub 100. So that does reduce who we can go to. But if you are foreign national or expat, Octopus would be a great start. Yeah, if you want to start off your building, you can buy 1 or 2 with Octopus, and then look to basically, once the will comes up in value, look to remortgage in 2 years' time to take more equity out.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I just want to come back to something you said just then. You said both are sub 100. Does that make it more difficult or easier when purchasing?
If you are an expat and foreign national, it's just another restriction. With expats and foreign nationals, you don't want any restrictions. The sweet spot is actually debt over 200,000, because most lenders want to lend to a foreign national over 200, because less than 200 is quite a small debt. So you need a specialist lender to get the best rates. What you want to do is, if you're a foreign national, is to push all your properties together into a big portfolio loan, get the debt over 2 to 300,000, and you're getting rates closer to a UK national.
Okay, amazing.
So yeah, so those properties are great starters, great little credit builders. Build your profile up, show that you can manage the properties. The tenants look great, don't they? I mean, they look really good. I haven't seen properties like that well maintained in some time. So just for those tenants, it's worth buying the properties.
Exactly. I think we've all been in that space, haven't we, Bruce, where we worry about the tenant. I've
walked into one of my properties and gone, what the hell's gone here? It was like a frat house. It was just ridiculous.
I wasn't allowed to do, it's not that I wasn't allowed, but basically the properties that I owned, I was very much like, or maybe I still am a little bit, Monica from Friends. I don't know if you remember her character. And I remember doing a home visit once, and I was just like, oh my God, and they've put that there, and this is there, and oh, look what they've done to this. And they were actually treating the property very, very well, but it was my OCD really did kick in. So after that, I wasn't, my partner was like, you're not allowed to do any more home visits. So too much pressure, I think. But it's always lovely to see when your tenant is actually treating your property with the respect
like
that you would want to. Yes, absolutely.
Like their own.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
And they're 2 good examples of that. And you don't get to see many of those. So yeah, as I say. Yeah,
no, definitely agree. And as an agent, sorry, go on.
It's worth just buying it for the tenant.
For the peace of mind for the tenant, for the quality of the tenant, because as an agent, I remember going and doing viewings when I was securing properties, and I have some horror stories, I really do, which are not for now. So Eiran, thank you so much for that, Bruce. Eiran, do you have those figures for, well, mainly for me, actually, just out of curiosity, but do you have those figures for the viewers?
Yes, no, I had them. I just didn't remember where I put them. So basically, in terms of equity, the market value that we estimated would be around the 437K, and the purchase price is 402. So there's 35K for somebody who is interested to buy the whole portfolio straight in from day one equity.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just to confirm, fair market value is 437,000, but the purchase price is 402,000.
That's right.
So
That's
£35,000 equity up front.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
There's
that's
more good stuff coming in.
more
So
good stuff
with
coming in.
all the rents that those tenants are paying, as I mentioned, that the owners didn't really want to, increase rents for so many years that the tenants were there. The yield still works out to be just slightly under 7% at 6.97, and there is a potential with the new rents to be closer to the 9%. So even if you be a bit reserved, you'll get your 8% for sure, with the current rental.
The increase.
Yeah. So,
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
And in this world, this high interest world we're going to be in, you really want to get yields of 8% in.
Yeah.
You really do. You want to be chasing yields. You don't want to be chasing capital growth yet. You just want to cover your costs. And then the capital growth will come.
Because the capital growth will come when the market flips back again, right? We just got to ride this wave and know that will happen again. It might not happen right now, but as you said, Bruce, if we look for the yield, the capital growth will follow. Correct.
Spot on.
Amazing. Okay, gentlemen, I've checked the Q&A box, nothing more come in. Our investors have been very quiet today. However, if you're watching on the replay and you want to ask any questions, again, please do email us at admin@sourcinginvestments.co.uk. We'll happily answer those for you. And also, feel free to go and watch the replay on our YouTube channel. We will need to upload that. Give us a couple of days just to download that and upload that and edit it. And we will have that there for you in approximately 48 hours. So without further ado, before I end I was going to call it the show. Before
the money show.
No, it's not my show. I'm just going to show you how to get to Eiran and Bruce as well. So I just need to move that out of the way. So as you can see, this is Eiran's page. I don't know if you can see this bar, but let me just move that out of the way. This is Eiran's page, Spaces by Hexagon. You'll be able to see all of Eiran's stats here. You can see that he's fully compliant. You've got the about, the strategies, and then Eiran also does orientations as well. And if you go to the top of the page, you'll be able to see the live chat button. So once you click that, a pop-up message will start to manifest is the word. It's all about the magic today. The pop-up message will come up and will just let you know that you are entering into a sync conversation, which will be with Eiran. Okay, so that's how that happens. Sorry, Eiran, because you've had an alert from me now. But that's how you start a conversation with Eiran. If you do have that conversation with Eiran, please do let him know that you have come from the Deal Clinic Live just by using #DCL. This is Bruce's page with Bond Finance. So this is Bruce and the team. You'll be able to find them here. There's a great picture there of Bruce. Oh, sorry, Bruce. I don't know. I was trying to highlight it. That didn't work. And Bruce also has his own live chat button there. And once you click on that, that will also enter you into a live conversation with Bruce. There we go. And I'm just going to stop sharing. Sorry, Bruce, but that will be just a little an update there from myself to say that you've had an interaction, that I'm wanting to have a conversation with yourself. So without further ado, that was our portfolio special today with Eiran Samuels of Spaces by Hexagon. I hope you've enjoyed today's edition. If you do feel that you would like more information, whether it be about the portfolio or the other portfolios that Eiran very generously gave you an insight to, do feel free to reach out to Eiran with the links that I have already dropped into the chat box. Alternatively, if you want to reach out to Bruce and his team, feel free to use the links there as well to get in touch with them. Thank you, Enor. Thank you. Enor says thank you all. And without further ado, I will end the Deal Clinic Live March today, and I will look forward to seeing you in our next month's episode. With that, have an amazing day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.